In the years leading up to World War II, Benito Mussolini found himself torn between ambition and unease. As the self-proclaimed restorer of Roman glory, he wanted Italy to stand among the world's great powers, but his nation's economy was weak, and his dreams far exceeded his means. At first, Mussolini's alliance with Adolf Hitler appeared to be a bold political move, yet behind his public confidence lay private doubt. Even before Italy entered the war, he sensed that the Axis alliance between Rome and Berlin was a grave mistake. The roots of this alliance were not built on ideology or friendship, but on economic necessity. After Mussolini's campaign in Abyssinia, modern Ethiopia, in 1935 to 1936, Britain and the League of Nations imposed sanctions on Italy. Deprived of crucial imports such as oil, coal, and steel, the Italian economy began to suffocate. Once, Mussolini could rely on British trade and goodwill, but now the doors were closed. Desperate for resources to keep his factories and military running, he turned toward Hitler's Germany. The two dictators declared an axis that would unite Europe's fascist powers. But Mussolini soon realized that Germany consumed far more than it shared. By the late 1930s, Mussolini grew increasingly wary of Hitler's ambitions. Germany's rapid rearmament and territorial expansion were alarming. Then came the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact in August 1939, Hitler's shocking agreement with Stalin. Mussolini was furious. To him, the pact was proof that Hitler was reckless, unpredictable, and willing to bargain with the ideological enemy of fascism. Italy was not ready for war, and Mussolini made it clear he wanted to stay out of the coming conflict. He feared clashing with Britain, whose naval dominance in the Mediterranean could crush Italian supply routes and colonies in North Africa. For months after war broke out in 1939, Mussolini watched from the sidelines, describing Italy's position as that of a non-belligerent. He planned to join only when he could safely choose the winning side. However, by June 1940, France was collapsing under the German blitzkrieg, and the world seemed to be bowing before Hitler's power. The Italian people, swept up in nationalist excitement, began demanding action. Mussolini's pride could not bear the thought of Italy being left out of the spoils of victory. Against his better judgment, he declared war on France and Britain, believing it would be a quick and glorious campaign. The decision proved disastrous. Italy's forces were poorly equipped, its economy fragile, and its leadership disorganized. Within months, Italian armies were humiliated in Greece and North Africa. Mussolini's dream of empire fell apart before his eyes. The alliance he had once believed would elevate Italy instead dragged it toward ruin. In his final years, Mussolini privately confessed what he had long suspected, that Britain, not Germany, would have been the wiser ally. But by then, the die was cast. His alliance with Hitler, born of desperation and pride, sealed both his fate and that of his nation.